Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. We will practice an Ashtanga sequence based on the primary series, not the whole series. It will be an intermediate practice. We'll give it some nice heat, and when you're ready, we'll begin from the top of the mat in a standing position. I'll meet you there. So standing in Namaste or mountain pose, with our feet together, the heels slightly apart. We want the palms to be facing forward, chest is high, and we will build a foundation here with the breath, gazing forward, cleaning out the mind, cleaning out the body, purifying the breath. So allow the mind to clear out, the breath to settle, building a foundation here by inhaling and exhaling deep with the breath. Let's proceed with the sun salutation, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale the hands up high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up halfway, spine is straight. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat, step back into plank. And let's bring ourselves flat on the ground in Chaturanga. We rise into a cobra to begin with an inhale. Exhale, hook your toes under, bring yourselves into a downward facing dog. The feet or the legs may not be straight just yet, we're still warming up. I try to keep the spine straight. The hands are steady and strong, the fingers can be a little bit bent so you can hook the mat. Make sure you maintain the Ujjayi breathing. Bend the knees, step it forward to the top of the mat. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold, connect the hands, and then inhale all the way up to standing, hands high. Exhale the hands to the chest. Let them on the side. So Ujjayi breath is inhalations and exhalations through the nose, with some sound on the back of the throat. So that's the breathing for Ashtanga practice. Let's proceed. Inhale up high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step into plank. Chaturanga, flat on the ground. Inhale, rise into an upward facing dog, a little bit higher than before. Exhale, hook the toes under. Enter downward facing dog. Come into the breath, Ujjayi, also known as victorious breath. Let's bend the knees, look forward, step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, hands together and lead the way up with the heart and the chin. Hands all the way up, standing tall. Beautiful and proud with the chest. With a smile in the face. Inviting deeper breaths into the chest so we can build up the heat. Speeding it up a little. Inhale high. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway, exhale, plant the hands, step into plank. This time in Chaturanga, we will not touch the ground. We will inhale into an up dog, chin high. Exhale, downward facing dog. The pelvis is nice and high. Try to straighten the legs as much as your ability allows. Deep breaths, strong hands. Spine straight, bend the knees, step forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, hands together, lead the way up with the chest. Exhale, hands to the chest and lay them down the side. Found the foundation, find the center. Let's keep flowing. Inhale high. Exhale, fold. Rise up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step into plank. Let's lean forward, Chaturanga without touching the ground. Inhale, up dog, chest opens up, shoulders connect backwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Trying to clear out the mind here. Ashtanga practice is a moving meditation, withdrawing our senses, also known as pratyahara. Deep breaths. Bend the knees, step it forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Hands together, lead the way up with the chin nice and tall. Exhale, hands to chest, and then on either side. Find the center, stabilize the breath. It's important throughout the whole practice of Ashtanga to pace the energy steady throughout the practice. Don't give it all you have in the beginning. Pace it, steady with the rhythm. Let's inhale, last Surya Namaskara A. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step into plank, lean forward, Chaturanga, rise into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can invite some motion in this down dog by bending one knee at a time, guiding it with the breath. Both legs straight. Take a deep inhale. On the exhalation, bend the knees, step it to the front. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, connect the hands, lift it all the way up to the sky. Happy heart, clear mind. Hands to the chest for a second. For a moment, bring the hands on either side. Find the breath here, settle to the ground. Feel the interaction with the feet and the earth, the mat below you. Let's keep flowing with Surya Namaskara B by bending the knees, inhaling the hands up into chair. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. We are in plank. Lean forward, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring the left heel down. Right leg comes forward. Inhale, warrior one for a moment. Flow with the breath on the exhale. Fold it down. Step it into plank. Let's go through our Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, knees off the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. The right heel connects with the mat this time. Let's bring the left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fold it down. Step to plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. To rest here for a few nice dynamic breaths. Time to practice that Ujjayi breathing. Bend the knees, look forward, step it to the front. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, palms together. Bend the knees, lift the arms up to chair. Release to standing. That's round one. Settle with the breath in the center. Let's keep flowing. Bend the knees. Hands high, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up halfway, lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's step back into a plank. Lean forward. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Chest high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel comes down. The right foot steps forward. Inhale, moving to warrior one. Exhale, fold it down. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, nice and high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, the right heel connects with the earth. Left leg forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, to the mat. Plank, Chaturanga, knees off the ground. Lifting to up dog. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, down dog. Let's bend the knees. We're going to bring it forward. We can step it or jump it this time. We're going to introduce small hops. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Swing the hands up. Chair pose. Exhale through standing. Hands on the other side. Let's bend the knees. Swing the arms up to chair pose with an inhale. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, hands on the mat, step into plank, and lean forward, down to chaturanga. Halfway, you see my elbows are near the rib cage. Inhale, up dog, lengthen the spine high. Exhale, down dog. Left heel down, right leg forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, flow down. Step into plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, into down dog. Right heel down, left leg comes forward. Rise, warrior one. Exhale, into plank, chaturanga, up dog. Exhale to down dog for rest. Bend the knees, step or hop forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, swing the arms up to chair. And into standing. You can feel the fire building in the chest, in the body. Breath also fired up. Let's keep moving. We have 2 Surya Namaskara Bs, chair pose. Inhale, exhale, fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, hands to the ground, step through plank, chaturanga, up dog, chest high. Exhale, down dog. Left heel down, right leg forward, flow with the breath. Exhale it down. Step through plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Right heel down, left leg forward, flow it up. Flow it down, step it back, chaturanga, up dog, lengthen, exhale, down dog to settle with the breath. As bend the knees, look forward, step or jump to the front. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, swing the arms up to chair. Exhale, release it into standing. Hands on either side. Settle for a moment. Let's do our last round. Steady the energy. Chair pose. Bend the knees, hands high with an inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step into plank, lean forward, chaturanga. Lengthening to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel down, right leg forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bring it down. Let's switch to chaturanga. Up dog, lengthen the spine. Down dog. Right heel down, left leg forward, warrior one. Nice and high. Exhale, step it into plank, chaturanga, nice tall upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So the body in this position is static, but internally our heartbeat might be pacing. Our breath might be fired up. Feel that dynamism, the internal dynamism going on. Allow it to take place. Let's bend the knees, look forward, jump it or step it to the front. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, swing the arms up to chair pose. Bring it into standing. Let's settle here for a moment, finding our center, regrouping our energy, our breath. We're going to bring our hands to the hips. We're going to step and jump the feet open, as wide as the shoulders, not the mat, but the shoulders. We're going to enter Padangusthasana. We're going to forward fold. Inhale the chest high, exhale, fold. You can see my spine here is like upward facing dog. I'm leading with the chest. I'm going to allow my hands to release down. I grab hold of the big toes with the peace fingers and the thumb. And from there, I pull myself in by bending the elbows. If you cannot reach for the big toes, you can grab hold of the shin bone or the calves behind and pull yourselves in from there. So wherever your ability is, just put it down, trying to lengthen the chest towards the ground and also forward. Steady the breath, steady the mind. Let's release the hands to the pelvis. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale, rise up halfway. Settle here for a moment. And let's straighten the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward once again. This time we will enter Padahastasana. We're going to lift the toes and we're going to step on the palms so the back of the hand goes down and the fingertips try to reach towards the heel. From there, you invite the legs to straighten. Again, the chest is trying to lengthen forward. We're not rounding. You want a length, expansion with the chest, lengthening of the spine. Remembering to keep the breath in flow, in motion. Excellent. Step it out, one hand at a time. Bring the hands to the pelvis, bend the knees. Inhale, rise up halfway. Just for a moment, allowing our breath to settle, allowing the blood to circulate back to the rest of the body. Calming down the mind. Slowly bend the knees even more. Bring yourself up. Standing tall. Resting here for a moment. We'll proceed into our Trikonasanas. Grabbing hold of the pelvis. Right leg lifts. Rotating clockwise towards the back of the mat. So the right foot facing backwards. Left foot sideways. Also the pelvis is sideways here. Open the hands wide, parallel with the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Grabbing hold of the right leg with the hand. Left hand up and over. Maintain that Ujjayi breath. In and out the lungs. In and out the nostrils. As release up to standing, hands parallel, right foot sideways, left foot facing the front. Observe the pelvis, make sure it's not trying to come forward. Bring it up to the side, lengthen the spine up with an inhale, exhale, fold. Left hand down, right hand up and over, towards the sky. Let's bring it up to standing. Excellent. Hands to the pelvis this time. We're going to rotate to the back of the mat once again. This time the pelvis will follow. Also the back foot. We want to bring in it a little bit at 45 degrees so we can facilitate this rotation. We're going to bring the left hand up towards the sky. We're going to fold it backwards. We're going to place the left hand to the ground, the right hand to the sky, and we twist the chest open towards the right. Excellent. Let's bring it up to standing. Hands to the pelvis. Let's rotate towards the front of the mat. So left foot facing forward. Pelvis also aligned with the front. Make sure the back foot 45 degrees. Right hand up and high. Exhale, fold it forward. Place it on the ground. Open the chest towards the left. And you invite the hand up towards the sky. Let's bring it out through standing and then a step to the front of the mat. Settling in Samasthiti for a moment. Resting the gaze in one position. Hands to the pelvis. Wide leg high. Let's open it clockwise to the back of the mat once again. This time we want a longer distance between the legs. I'm going to bend down on the right knee. We're going to place our elbow on the knee. The left hand will swing down and then over towards the back of the mat. This is part of our Konasana. If you want, you can take it deeper by placing the right hand on the ground, on the outside of the right foot. Make sure that both feet have equal strength on the ground though. Don't forget about the back foot. Let's bring it out through standing. Rotate to the front of the mat. So the right foot sideways, left foot forward, bend the knee, connect elbow and knee here. Right hand comes down. Invite it up and over. We want a straight line with the right hand and the right foot. Option to take it deeper. Allow the chest to open up towards the sky. Let's bring it up to standing. Well done. Standing. Hands on the hips. We're going to rotate towards the back of the mat once again. Like we did before in Trikonasana, the revolved version, we want to bring the pelvis to face towards the back. The back foot as well facilitates this position by going diagonally. We're going to melt forward or backwards in this case towards the back of the mat. Hands to the chest in prayer. Twist open towards the right. Left elbow towards the knee. And then looking up. So this is a revolved part of our Konasana. If you want to take it a step further, left hand comes down to the ground, the right hand is invited towards the sky. Looking up as well. Excellent, let's bring it out. You can keep the hands in the chest in prayer, into standing. Let's bring it to the front. Align the pelvis, find the foundation here so you can enter a nice asana. Fold it forwards, bring it out to the left, connecting the right elbow now on the outside of the knee. You can look up as well. And if you want to take it a step deeper, right hand comes down, left hand towards the sky. Both feet are active here and energized. Let's bring it out gently. Bring it out to standing, hands to the chest, stepping forward, back into mountain pose, Namaste. Settling here for a moment. Let's proceed. Right leg lifts. Open it sideways towards the back of the room. This time we want both feet parallel to each other. We're entering the Prasarita sequences now. We want the toes to be facing inwards a little bit. The chest is high. Exhale, fold. Melt with the heart, not the head. Keep the spine tall, like you do in up dog. Take it all the way down. Hands flat on the mat in the same line with the feet. If you cannot access this, you can keep the hands on the shin bones. Steady breaths. Active feet, active arches, nice and elevated. Lengthening the hamstring up by bringing the pelvis higher, lower belly tucked in. Let's release by bringing the hands to the pelvis. Bend the knees gently, lift it all the way up to standing. You can adjust here the distance between the feet. If it was too much, you can bring it closer, or you can take it a little bit wider. Whatever your preference is, take it as far as your ability allows. We're going to enter Prasarita B. Inhale the chest high. Exhale, fold forward. Here, we're gonna stay down just halfway. Hands remain on the pelvis. You may notice sensations on the back of the knees, the hamstrings here, or the ligaments and the tendons are opening up. Keep the gaze in one point, the drishti. Maintain the flow in breath. Let's bring it up to standing, bend the knees gently. Adjust the distance on the feet. Settle here for a moment. We're going to enter Prasarita C by opening up the hands wide. We're going to bring them behind us so we can interlace the fingers together as one. From here, the shoulder blades connect together. Inhale the chest up high. Exhale, fold forward. And then the hands rise over the head and melt towards the ground. Full awareness on the feet. Lift up the gaze gently. Inhale, rise up all the way to standing. Hands float up sideways. Bring them to the pelvis. Small break. Allow the blood to circulate back to the rest of the body. Allow the breath to settle. Bringing a foundation before we proceed. Inhale, chest high. Prasarita D. Fold it down. This time, hands open wide. Grab hold of the big toe, peace fingers, or peace fingers and thumb. Pull yourselves in, bending the elbows. If you cannot make this connection, holding the back of the leg and pulling yourselves in, that's also fine. I try to bring the energy more on the toes as well, forward. We're not pushing backwards. We want to bring the pelvis above the heels. Deep, steady breaths. Hands to the pelvis, bend the knees gently, lift all the way up to standing. And let's invite ourselves to the front of the mat. Samasthiti, palms forward. We're going to enter Parsvottanasana. We do this by bringing the palms behind us connected. Then we do this inverted Namaste position. If this is too much for you, you can grab hold of the elbows instead, like so. If you can bring the inverted bind, that's excellent. Lift the chest, lift the right foot, rotate it to the back of the mat. Allow also the pelvis to follow. So we in line with the back of our mat here. Inhale the chest high. Exhale, fold forward, keep the spine straight. And take it as far as your ability allows. We don't want to round the spine here. We want to maintain it nice and straight. Inhale up to standing. Let's do the other side. So step it to the front of the mat. Allow the pelvis to also follow. Inhale the chest high. Exhale down. Allow the front leg to lengthen up high, bringing the pelvis of both hips in the same line, squaring the hips, lengthening the spine forward. One more deep breath. Bring it up to standing. Well done. Step it forward. Release the hands, shake it out. Rotate the wrist a little bit so we can release the tension. Other side. Nice one. Let's enter a nice chair pose. Feet together, knees together. Bend down on the knees. Invite the hands up and over. Connect the palms. And make sure here that the pelvis and the tailbone is tucked in, allowing a nice straight spine in the same line with the shoulders. We're here for 5, Deep breaths. 4, 3, take it lower. 2, activate the toes. 1, deep breath. Exhale, fold it forward, straighten the legs. Well done, everyone. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step into plank. Let's do a vinyasa. Chaturanga, knees off the ground. Invite yourselves into up dog, lengthening the spine high. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to enter warrior by bringing the left heel down. Right foot comes forward. Find a nice foundation with both feet. Inhale, hands high, palms together. Warrior 1. So we're going to transition Ashtanga style by rotating towards the left. Hands are together. We rotate to the back of the mat. Bend on the left knee. Adjust the back foot so you can be in a nice supportive warrior 1. And then bring it up high with the chest. Bend down the left knee. We're here for a few breaths. Let's open it up to warrior 2. Left hand forward, right hand goes back, and here we want the pelvis to open up to the side. Gaze forward, the spine goes straight up. The drishti here is past the left fingertips. Let's bring it to the other side. Let's bend the back leg, rotate towards the front of the mat, bend down on the right knee, adjust the pelvis towards the side, right hand forward, left hand backwards. Warrior 2, Virabhadasana. Steady the mind, the gaze, the breath. We're going to bring ourselves down to plank through windmilling. The arm, both hands to the mat, step it through plank, chaturanga, knees off the ground, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to bend both knees, we're going to look forward, and we're going to bring it into a seated position. You can jump it or step it. Begin or find somewhere comfortable in the middle of the mat so you can have enough space for the legs in front of you. And from here, we want to lengthen the spine high, tucking the lower belly. We're doing a Paschimottanasana preparation. Palms on either side, flat on the mat. Try to straighten the hands and the elbows, and then bring the chin to the chest. Make sure that the feet, the toes are active and flexed. Lengthening the spine higher. Let's release it. Chest is high. Let's lift the pelvis off the ground for a moment so we can walk the feet backwards, so we can align the ball of the pelvis towards the front. We're going to enter Paschimottanasana. Inhale high with the chest, lower belly sucked in. Inhale a little bit more with the hands high. Exhale, fold forwards, take it as far as your ability allows. This may be the shin bones and the knees even. If you can, go all the way towards the toes and make sure that the spine is tall here. We don't want to round the spine. Even if you have connection but you have the spine rounded, make sure to bring it a step back but keep the chest high and connect the belly towards the thighs. Lengthening the hamstring, allowing chest to grow tall. Let's bring it out slowly. Small break in the center. Inhale, invite the hands up and high. Inhale, find more height, lower belly sucked in. And then exhale, take it as far as you can go this time by rounding the spine. Pulling yourselves closer, so the top of the head, the crown, towards the toes. Excellent. Lift up the head gently. Walk the hands back towards your center. We're going to do our vinyasa so we can enter the next position. Our vinyasas go like this. You lift up the feet off the ground like in boat. You bend the knees into the body. You come onto the knees. Hands forward, step through plank. Bring it down to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Excellent. Bend the knees. We're going to bring it back to seated once again by jumping or stepping. Let me adjust the mat here for a second. We're going to bring both feet forward. We want to bring in the right foot into a half lotus here. So we're doing Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. So make sure the knee doesn't give you any pain. We're going to wrap the right hand behind the body. We're going to try and find a bind between the toes and the fingers. Left foot is flexed. Inhale the left hand up and high. Exhale, fold forward. Grab hold of the toes here, the shin bone. Try and keep the right foot flexed so you can protect the knee. Let's do the other side, gently releasing out of it. Guide the right foot and shake it out a bit so you can release some tension. Let's do left foot in, bring it into half lotus. Rub the left hand around, grab hold of the toes. Allow both sitting bones to even out on the ground. Left knee down, front foot flexed. Inhale it high. Exhale, bring it down. Like before, we don't want to round the spine. We want to keep it high, active, connecting core, or actually connecting the abs towards the upper thighs. Excellent. Bring it out gently. Shake out the front left foot. We're going to do a vinyasa. This time I will introduce jump back. If you want, you can do that, or you can do the vinyasa we did a round ago. Lift up the feet. Bring it into jump back. Inhale into up dog. Exhale into down dog. We're going to jump it through now, or jump it forward. Step it as well if you prefer that option. Bring yourselves to the middle of the mat. We're going to do Tayang Mukha Payada Paschimottanasana. We're going to bring the right knee in, the right foot in to begin with, and bring it somewhere on the outside of the right hip. Try to keep sitting bones on both sides even, both knees near each other. We're going to inhale the hands up high. On the exhale, we're going to fold forward, grab hold of the foot, and then pull yourselves there so you can lengthen the spine high. Like before, you want to keep it nice and tall. Let's do the other side. Lift it up through center. You can shake out the foot here, release some tension from the knee. Let's do the other side. So the left foot comes backwards. Place it on the outside of the left hip. Both sitting bones are even on the ground. The chest is high. Inhale the hands to the sky. Exhale, fold over the right front leg. Keep it high with the spine. You may notice each side might have different sensations, different amounts of flexibility. Steady the breath. And that's it. Let's exit out of it, lengthening the spine high. Bring the left foot forward, shake out the knee. Let's do our jump back or our vinyasa. I'm gonna bring the feet up high, jump it or step it backwards. From plank, we come chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna jump it through, or you can also step it. That's also an option. Bring yourselves to the middle of the mat. We're gonna do Marichasana A. Right knee is bent. Place the foot somewhere near the knee in the front. We're gonna wrap the right hand around the right shin bone. We want a lengthened spine up high. The left hand comes around and we try and get a bind with the fingers. If you cannot find a bind, you can also remain up here or take it as far as your ability allows. Inhale the chest high. Exhale, fold it over the front left foot. Slowly releasing out of it. Shake out the hands, the elbows. Let's do the other side. Bring the left foot and knee in. Find evenness on both sitting bones and wrap the left hand around the front left shin bone. Wrap it around. Bring the right hand behind. Find a connection with both hands. Align yourselves forward. Inhale high. Exhale, melt towards the front. Maintain a flexed and active right leg. A reminder to come back to the Ujjayi breath. Let's come out of it gently, releasing both feet forward. Shake out the elbows and the hands. Let's do our vinyasa. You can step it or jump it back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Bringing it back to seated once again. Let's bend the knees, jump it or step it forward. Come to the middle of the mat. Let's do Marichasana C or spinal twist. Bring the right foot in, evenness on both sitting bones. We're going to place the right hand behind us to begin with, left elbow on the outside of the right knee. You can initiate the twist here by going up high first and then twisting gently towards the right. If you want to take it a step further, the front left hand wraps around. Also, right hand, you find a bind, front foot flexed, and then pull yourselves towards the right for a twist. Make sure you're not sacrificing the integrity of the spine here. It's important to keep a nice tall spine for the twist. Gently, let's release it forward. Both feet to the front. Settle here for a moment, allow the spine to come to neutral. Let's do the other side. Bring the left foot and knee inwards. Left hand behind us for support. Bring the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Twist towards the left. You can also go for a full bind here by wrapping the right hand around the front. Bent knee. Finding a connection with both fingertips. It is optional. Spine is tall. Twisting. Release it gently through the front. Bend the knees. Find a neutrality and space in the spine between each vertebra. Breathe space into that region through the whole spinal column. Let's do our vinyasa. Feet high, jump it or step it through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna bend the knees, we're gonna jump it or step it through seated. Find evenness on the sacrum, on the pelvis. Lean back, feet high for both. Straight hands, 5, 4, chest high, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees, bend them in, bring the feet in, lift the pelvis off the ground, shake it down. This is round 1. Settle here for a moment. We're gonna go to round 2 right now. Lean back, feet higher, hands also higher for 5, strong deep breaths, 4, 3, rise the chest higher, 2, 1, bring it in, lift the body off the ground, settle it down back to the mat. Find the center, find the breath. We have 1 last round. Lean back, feet high, 5, 4, 3, allow the shake to take place, 2, lift higher, deep breaths, 2, 1. Well done everyone, bring it in, lift it off the ground, shake it down. Have some nice yang practice there for our both Navasana. Settle in Sukhasana just for a moment. We're going to enter Baddha Konasana by bringing both soles of the feet together as one. And we don't want them to be too far away or too close to the sacrum or to the pelvis. Want something in between. Grab hold of the toes. Inhale high. Exhale, hinge it down. Straight spine. Stabilize the breath. Let's come out of it gently. Spine is tall. You can adjust here the distance of the feet if you want to take it a little bit deeper and the feet closer. We're going to enter Baddha Konasana B. For this to take place, we bring the elbows forward this time. We inhale it up high. On the exhale, you melt and round the spine, taking it as deep as your body allows. Release gently, sitting up tall, bring both feet forward, knees bent, shake it out just for a moment. Well done everyone. Let's do a vinyasa so we can reset both breath and body. Lift the feet up. I'm going to do the step back version this time. I come onto the knees, hands forward, plank, chaturanga, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, returning into seated by bending the knees, stepping it or jumping it through the mat. We're going to do Pavishta Konasana, wide-legged splits. We're going to turn to the long edge of the mat. Make sure the heels are on the mat so you can facilitate a little bit of padding for protection. Taking it as wide as it is comfortable for you. Make sure the feet are flexed. Inhale the hands up high. Exhale, fold forward. Connect the palms to the ground or the fingertips and remain tall here. We don't want to round the spine so we can get more connection to the earth. We want to keep it high, trying to push the belly towards the ground. Make sure the feet remain in a flexed position. Settle into the breath. If you want, you can slowly walk the fingertips. Lower. And this time we're going to round the spine just for 2 breaths. Take it as far as you can go. And slowly and gently walking the hands back. Bring the chest up high. Bring both feet to the front of the mat. Sit it up. Let's do another vinyasa. You can jump it or step it backwards. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Let's bring it back to seated. Bend the knees. Step it or jump it forward. We're going to enter Urdhva Dhanurasana now. Back bends, also known as wheel. We're not going to do bridge. But if you have any issues with your back, you are free to practice bridge. So we want to lay down on the ground, nice and flat. We're going to reach the hands up and high. Bending the elbows, place the palms on either side of the shoulders and the ears. Make sure the feet are about shoulder distance apart. The toes facing inwards, just gently lift the pelvis off the ground. Bring yourselves up to the crown of the head for a moment. Inhale, exhale, lift into wheel. We're here for 3 to 5 deep breaths. Just release, reset back down to the ground. Don't move the body here, don't move the knees. Allow the arch in the lower back to remain as it is. Just settle and smooth out the breath. We have 2 more rounds, hands high, bend the elbows, pelvis up first, come onto the crown of the head, lift it into wheel. Let's reset, bring it back down, rest in the center for a moment. Let's do our last round, hands high, bend the elbows, lift the pelvis, come onto the top of the head, lift into a nice final round of wheel. Bring it down gently, tuck the chin in. Well done everyone. The back bends are now over. We're going to remain in the center for a moment or for a few moments so we can allow the vertebrae and the spinal discs to settle in the natural position. Allow the breath to infuse every part of the body. Excellent. Now we can invite a few twists. Allow both knees to fall to the right and to the left. And do this from side to side as many times as your spine requires. As release some tension and bring it to center. Let's hug the knees into the body. And from here, we're going to draw circles in the sky and switch up the rotation. Wonderful. Allow the feet to settle down. Use the elbows to roll them to the side first. Lift up to a seated position. Just in a normal Sukhasana, in the center. I'm going to demonstrate here our inversion. We're going to enter headstand today, Shirshasana A. So I advise you to be safe in this headstand, Shirshasana. Please use a wall if that is an option in your house, in your yoga space. Make sure there's enough space around you so that if you do lose balance, you can have space to round the spine and roll out of it safely. We don't want to fall and hit any objects around us. I will demonstrate a few options for you so you can build strength if you're not comfortable for a lift just yet. So to begin with, we grab hold of the elbows to determine an approximate distance of the elbows on the ground. From there, the hands open up and you interlace the fingers together like one. Thumbs lift up high, places on the back of the head. If you have a headband, you may have to move it around so you can have space behind the head. You can see my man band here is in the way, so I adjust it. I want the flat crown of the head to be free to touch the ground. From there, I find stability in the elbows. I place the hands down, the neck. Make sure the neck is lengthened here. We don't want to crank it or bend it on either side. We want to be straight and lengthened. This also provides better support and protection. First option, you can remain here with the knees off the ground. This is also a good position to build up strength, stability. If you want to take it further, you walk forward, bring the knees up high, feet together. Engaging the glutes together as one, tighten both legs together as one. Remain here for 15 to 20 breaths. Place the weight and the energy on the elbows. Remove it from the neck. So engage the shoulders a bit. We're going to slowly bring it down. You can guide the feet gently. And bend the knees. Remain in a nice child's pose. Extend the hands forward. Allow the forehead to melt down. Make sure you allow yourselves enough time to rest after our inversion, after our headstand. Lift up the head. Walk the hands towards the body. You can give yourselves a few neck rolls so you can take care of the neck after the headstand we just performed. We're going to seal our practice now with the 3 yoga seals. We're going to find ourselves in the middle of our mats, sitting comfortably in Sukhasana, or if you want you can do lotus, binding both feet up to the upper thighs, whatever is more comfortable for you. Make sure there's no pain on the knees when you perform this asana. Let's do yoga mudra. Bring the hands behind the body. If you can get a bind with the fingers and the toes, that's good. You can see my flexibility allows me to be just here, that's fine. Inhale the chest up high. Exhale, fold forward. Gaze in the straight line forward across the surface of the ground. Softening the breath. Let's release gently out of it. So you can remain in lotus, or you can be in Sukhasana. We're going to perform Padmasana right now. We're going to bring our hands in Jnana Mudra by connecting the thumb and the pointer together. The other 3 fingers extend. Elbows straight, chest tall, connect the chin to the chest. Good time here to practice your Ujjayi breath a little bit deeper. You can feel that hissing sound in and out the back of the throat. Slowly release, lift up the head, release the mudra from the hands. We're going to do the last third seal called Uplutihi. Bit of a funny name. We're going to lift the body off the ground with the hands, sort of like an arm balance. If you cannot take it that far, you can just lift the pelvis off the ground and just be on the knees. If you're ready, let's enter it. 3, 2, 1. Lift all the way up high for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Release it down to the ground. Settle in the center for a moment. We're going to do our Shavasana now. We're going to rest and close up our practice. Make sure the top of the head is in the front of the mat. The feet face towards the back. So we're going to lay on our backs. I'm going to guide you through it step by step. Here's the time to release. Make yourself comfortable in Shavasana. Palms open up towards the sky. The feet are wide as mat, or it can be a little bit wider. Make sure the toes just open outwards. I want every part of your body here to switch off. Focus on the breath, on the inhalations and the exhalations. We cultivated a lot of fire, a lot of yang throughout the practice. Now is the time to settle and absorb the yin. Allow the body to become heavy, connecting with the earth, the ground. Allow each thought that arises to simply be. Do not judge it, do not avoid it. Just let everything be. Allow the presence to take place. Just keep focusing on the breath. Inhale, focus on the breath. Exhale. I'm going to remain here for a few moments, few minutes. Allow yourselves to take rest, to release, to let go. peaceful and happy. We're going to slowly become aware of our breath, returning to life gently, introducing some motion in the fingertips, the toes. Returning to our breath. Return to the body. Feel the connection with the earth. Allow yourselves now to gently roll onto the side of the body. The knees can be bent. Keep the eyes closed. Use the hands underneath the face, underneath the head, so you can rest on deep, soft breath. Gentle, closed and soft eyelids. Allow the body to melt, to become one with the mat. We're going to energize ourselves now. We're going to wake up and rise into a seated position. Use the hands in front of your face, plant them down, energized, and bring yourselves to a comfortable Sukhasana, cross-legged position in the middle of your mat. Keep the eyes closed. Allow the heart to face whichever direction it wants. We're going to bring both hands to the chest, flat palms. Just going to remain there, feeling the heartbeat. We're going to allow ourselves to feel just for 30 seconds. Keep the breath in flow, in and out the lungs. Just feel. Allow the heart to smile open. And you can mentally repeat these affirmations after me. I am love. I am light. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Let's not confuse wealthy with material gains. Abundance can be positivity, can be beautiful, vibrant experiences in life, can be beautiful connections with people. That's the wealth of life. Allow the hands to melt down towards the earth. We're going to connect heaven and earth now. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Lengthen the spine upwards. Allow the heart to lift. Connect the palms. Bring the hands down towards the chest in prayer. And as they pass the eyes, open the eyelids gently. Coming back to life. Smile in our face. Observing our surroundings, our environment, returning back to the physical reality. I bow to the divine in you. I see you. I recognize you. Love and light. Thank you for joining me for today's practice. Namaste. Have a beautiful and positive, bright day.